CHL community clips. We're breaking down some gameplay from one of the viewers. In this one, he's playing right D. Now, he chose the second period, but we're actually going to take a look at the first period because by then it was kind of almost out of reach. As far as defense is concerned, this is CHL gameplay. You typically just want to work on the fundamentals, so making sure that you're playing defense appropriately. It's a good step there. He's playing yellow. Anchor point is the blue line, making sure that you're the last man back, not, you know, letting anybody get behind you. Seems like both the defensemen are in play for that, which is decent. And they're working behind net, and that is one that you'd want to have back. So you're not really going to be able to pressure for teal in this situation. You want red to sort of be more in play there. Trap defense, they definitely had enough time to get set up into a trap, but it doesn't seem like the trap is understood completely when it get to this kind of level yet. You got both the defensemen are kind of back. It's kind of tough though anyway to really hold blue line, considering the way that the play kind of moved back and, you know, back out of the zone and then kind of right back in almost. Got a lot of guys kind of flat-footed, so there's not much that both of the defensemen could do here. You got teal kind of pressuring him to the outside, which is really good actually. He could go for a hit maybe, but doesn't really make a difference. Now you would want teal to attack, so in this case here he's not attacking, which allows him to sort of stay there. Since there's front net presence from these guys, and you would want yellow to be more locked on here. Now he's playing it fine. You don't have to worry about how you're playing that. Just a matter of somebody's got to attack this guy so that he's taken out of the play. Nobody does it, so he just kind of lets himself get set up. And then this here, playing a little bit not where he would want to be. He would want to be exactly where he was before, having his stick on the same side in the exact same area that the guy would be picking up the puck. In this case, he's not going to get there because the stick's on the opposite side. He's able to get it and score. You can't really rely on the winger to support there either, although the winger could technically, but this is something that you would want a defenseman to handle. And plus, maybe the goalie could also make a save there. You know, there's a lot of areas that in which a lot of guys could have, you know, done something to prevent it. Good send around there. Blue's able to get it, working it down low. Now you just want to see how these guys want to control it. Working back to the point. In this case, you don't want to hold on to it for too long. He kind of handcuffed him a little bit. Now he's around the bend, and it's a big save there from the Tendy. That's one where it's kind of tough because of the way red kind of sent it. It took a funny bounce. There's not really much that he can do. He's kind of at a standstill in the way that the guy was poke checking at him. Can't really rely too much on that if you're teal in this case. You see that there's two guys here. He's got to just bail out quick as soon as this guy picks up the puck. And if you're yellow, you want to also then make a beam line away. As soon as you're at risk of losing the puck, the main thing for a defenseman is to just bail out. So yellow does a pretty decent job. In this case, I don't understand. Teal's got to just turn and skate. He cannot be in a backpedal here. He's not going to be able to intercept the puck. I mean, he could get it, right? But the point is you don't want to put yourself at risk of that happening. This goes on the right side of the player instead of the left, where if it was going this direction, Teal would have intercepted it. In that case, goes around Teal, around the bend, and the goalie's got to make a big save there. It's honestly just the little details that come into play. Good break in from the forwards, working it there for a cutting, a backhander, a save there, looking for a rebound was Green. Nice setup there from the forwards. Green's going to go and pressure it, and he's going to back off. Going to apply pressure again. Red's sort of doing the same. Blue's sort of in a trap position. So because of where that was, in this case here, Red's not really man marking the center. He's just sort of playing the lane. I don't really know. Then it's like he's sort of wanting to think that he's playing this man here. He's trying to play the lane there. So it opens up this guy here. So now yellow's got to essentially rotate and cover where red is not. But it's just a weird angle because you've got blue essentially doing the same on the opposite side. Now it became a 3-on-2 just like that. So now if you're yellow, you want to just jab at the puck. If you miss, you just keep on playing. You play the furthest guy, which what they did was perfect. You try to hold blue line if you can. If you can't, then just play over the top. Take anyone that cuts your way, and then that's it. And here, this is a good workaround, sending it right back up. That's all you could really hope for CHL defensemen, I think. Breakout-wise, I think Green could have done something with it. Trap-wise, they didn't really have anything. Green's not really playing trap. Blue's not playing trap. They're playing the lane. All it takes is one little like gap opening unless he's playing that lane perfectly. Green is not. I mean, there's nothing these two defensemen can do. They have to just play further back because you're at risk of these guys driving along the outside. You got red in play now, so teal could technically go and push. How did that end up as a trip? No, I thought that was a pretty decent poke. That's a good poke check. I mean, it's amazing how it grazes his ankle, and that's enough to take someone down. But, I mean, I guess, right? At that point, you would maybe expect teal to go in for, like, a body check there so that he's not trying to just rely on his poke check. But regardless, I thought that was a pretty timed poke check, and he's the one that we're looking at. Can't really see the goals, so I don't really... Or was that a goal? It was. I don't even know what happened. It's not really much that we could look at there, but regardless. So 2-0. You could still play it normal. All right. In this case, turn and skate. Poke check when you can. So the defensemen are doing a good job in terms of staying over the top on the plays. Again, yellow choosing not to go for the body check there because he didn't think he had red that would support him through the middle. Like, that's the thing, right? When you're in these situations, somebody's got to go for the hit here, right? Whoever goes for the hit has to then the opposite guy would then have to take whoever's cutting this direction. Somebody has to pick up this guy. So if red goes for the hit, then you would have yellow picking up this guy. Or you could have teal doing that technically, but he's got to also then keep in mind of where this guy's at. So anybody who cuts down, the two defensemen will be kind of locked into that sort of area. Nobody went for the hit. In this case, you could maybe expect yellow to go for that hit because this guy should be taken care of from all these guys on the inside. So there shouldn't be an issue there. They have the numbers in terms of taking the guys that are cutting. So yellow technically has the green light to go for the hit here. But I can understand because you got red choosing to sort of pull away and then he goes for the hit. So there would need to be some kind of conversation there in terms of who's going to go for the hit. And there can't be any type of like hesitation on the play. But it's a good anticipation there. It's just unfortunate from the pass because of how far away blue was, right? So yellow sees the pass. He's able to get it. Try to quickly send it back up for blue. And that's actually not a bad pass. It's just the fact that like the defenseman at the point, because there's so much distance created, this is why we typically want forwards to be more here, or you would maybe even expect yellow to maybe carry a little bit, sauce it off the boards if they want to drive very quickly, right? Because obviously some forwards want to leave early. Sometimes you have to just sort of either stay here or they're going to be obviously darting up. And if you're a defenseman, you have to sort of see like, all right, can you make a pass to the center? Maybe not. Maybe he's got to then carry it. So let's see if he had an option to carry because it depends on the pressure. So he would have to look very quickly through his reads and he could carry it. He, I think, had the angle to carry this way a little bit. And then you could definitely have red here. But, you know, again, you can understand maybe the reason to make a pass to blue, but it's just in that weird situation where this guy jumps it and now it becomes a turnover back the other way. And that's just... There were a lot of options there. Teal caught in a weird scramble, looking at the guy in the middle. Obviously, he isn't going to be able to pick up the 1T back the other way, right? So on the far side. So now red's going to carry, doesn't find a pass. So really good play here from yellow. He's able to get it. Instead of making that pass right away, he's going to carry, draw some guys to him, right? He basically drew this defenseman towards him because he just, on the previous play, intercepted that play. But he wanted to try to do the same thing. He reads that and now makes a pass to an open green for a 2-on-1 play because now that defenseman's caught. And he's on low stamina, you could tell, based on his stride. Here, though, it's really tough because you would want a shot. You would want some kind of opportunity that happens. The fact that the defenseman is able to cover the back door, he read it perfectly. That's kind of tough, right? Because that's up to your forwards now to make a play on an on-man rush created from the defenseman. Good hit there. He had the back check in place. So, you know, when you have the inside covered, but you have the back check set, that is the green light for a defenseman to go for the hit if he chooses. So he's, if he wants to apply pressure, he can. So, I mean, you could tell, though, the forwards are very wild, right? So if you're a defenseman, you're going to have to just be aware of your support on the inside when you choose to attack. And if that's not certain, you're kind of left to just kind of play over the top and just play back. You know, you really just want to play last man back, play safe when you've got forwards that want to try to dictate the terms a lot. Slap shot play, almost got it. You can't really see what's happening, and a goal happens. You can't even see what happened, but you could tell when they're going for that, when you see these guys take off and these guys are sort of hanging back, you know they're not going to make a pass. They're going to clap bomb it off the board somewhere, right? Something's going to happen where they're going to either shoot it around, they're going to shoot it off the boards. Going to be some kind of angle that is created, and then these guys are going to be driving for that. So even if they don't get it, they're just trying to get around you for a very quick out. I think this goes off the backboards, and the goalie played it probably horribly too. You can't even see really what happened, but I'm assuming it bounced off the boards here somewhere. The player gets it, the goalie's out, you got the defenseman sort of trying to play backdoor, and he just shoots it for a wide open net. So yellow really can't do much in that situation. You'd want your goalie to obviously cover short side. Not sure why the hell he's so far out. But teal gets a minus there because he allowed the guy to get behind him. Now, this is the guy that I think yellow was on. Be clean from that guy. But you see the guy that... Okay, the reason I think yellow was pulled away was because the guy that went around teal, he went this way and drove here. This guy went this way and cut that way. And I think both of them were kind of beat. But yellow is kind of in a safer spot because he's trying to obviously cover backdoor. Goalie's got to handle the short side, I think. Kind of a tough play, but that's one of those where it's like you don't see it all the time, but you have to be able to recognize when it's going to come. So now 3-0. By the time it gets to the second, you're kind of like, yeah, this is a Suey type pass. There's not really much offense being created from these forwards. And the way that they're making these passes, that's not a good pass to be made back at the point. There's no reason. I mean, blue's got all this ice here. He's not even utilizing. He's trying to put yellow into like a little telephone booth because this guy's going to close the gap. It's either going to have to be like a give and go, but what's he giving and going for? Like, he's not drawing anybody to him. This guy's just going to his spot, right, to play defense. He's got all this ice here. There's no reason for blue to even make that pass to the point. And he put yellow in a tough spot. And if you're yellow, you're just going to have to try your best to quickly make that pass, which I'm assuming he was trying to. But so now you got to play over the top. They work it back. This is definitely, yeah, center, being able to sort of back check that. If he allowed that shot to go through, this is tough. Man-to-man coverage. Teal keeping to the outside. Yellow doing his part. I mean, these guys are doing what they can based on the forwards that they have, right? So where he's at right now is actually fine in terms of CHL. In terms of taking that next step is obviously, you know, being able to see certain plays that are happening, not letting guys get behind him. He didn't really do besides that one goal, right? So it's not really a minus on him. It's just a matter of the forwards, I think, also holding him back. I think it's a little bit tough for the defense to really do anything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the two defensemen. And maybe the forward core as well. What you guys think that they could be doing. Again, if you guys want me to break down your clips, you can send it. First link down below is the community Discord. There's a section that I'll remind guys if they want to have me break down a period of your choosing, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time.